Hi, I'm Loretta Jones, CEO and founder, New York Workers, and this video goes with S00003A project, meal suggestion, but it's a video I've wanted to put out for a while anyway. It's a bread recipe that's as easy as mixing flour, water, and salt, just stirring it together. It's so easy. You could knead it just like this a few times, but it's not necessary if you pour a little too much water, because you don't want to get into measuring or anything. If you pour a little too much water, just mix it and put it right in the baking dish, and so easy. So let's get to it. I'll start with plain spelt flour. But you can always add things to this. That's what I love to do. I love to add lentils and then just mash them up. Cooked lentil or cooked sweet potato, or any kind of potato to make a potato bread. You can add a vegetable and just mash it up before you put it in the flour mixture. And it's just so easy. And then you need less water. So spelt flour. So you eye it. You add about as much flour as you want to eat in your bread. If you don't want a whole lot of flour, which we shouldn't eat a lot of flour, you don't add a whole lot. I don't really save any bread. I make two rolls, and I save one when I cook for myself. So this yields about 2 palm size biscuits. It's not going to rise to a fluffy bread. We can do that, so I'll add some videos next in this soon future. But that's not what this is. It's just a basic bread with no leavening. So it's about a half a cup of flour. Sometimes I add buckwheat flour or corn flour. Those are different breads. This is just a basic. Just Himalayan pink salt. Just a good sprinkling to make sure there's enough that it'll go through to the density of the flour. And then some spring water. And it's just like 2 drops for the 2 biscuits or rolls, 2 rolls. And I'm going to add 2 more for good measure. And just mix that up. And this is perfect. It's coming out. You don't want it too wet or too dry, but you can work with it either way. It really doesn't matter. If it's too wet, like I said, you just put it in the pan. If it's too dry, you just add a little more water, a drop more at a time. And just from stirring it around, which you need to apply more strength as you do, and using your strength is good. It's good for strength building. And it's good to apply it in natural things that you do in life, not just in working out. It builds a different kind of strength that will take you through life, through to a better life with longevity and all those things that we desire. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to wash my hands and knead it, which you don't really have to do. You could just break it in half with this and put it right in the pan like that. But I'm going to knead it. Actually, no, I'll just do it this way. I'm going to put it right in the pan. Using a drop of avocado oil, I just rub it around, and that's done. And now I can moisturize my hands with it. And I'm ready to put the rolls in the pan. My oven is broken, so I'm just going to use the stove top. There's a little on the fork here. Okay. And why not add a little poppy seeds and sesame seeds? We'll add black and white sesame seeds. And one of my favorites, because it's very good for brain health, for the happiness factor, poppy seeds. My son used to order his muffin popsy seeds muffin. And I'll simply just pat those onto the bread just lightly. And then any seeds that are left on the pan, I can just put underneath the bread, like so. Which can change the shape of the roll, but it's not too much of a problem. You can just press it back. Okay. And so I'm gonna cover that. And like I said, my oven is not working, so with a very low flame, I'll cook those, which, because they're covered, it'll sort of bake. So they'll bake for about 9 minutes altogether. So I'm going to put 6 minutes, and then at 6 minutes, just turn them over for 3 minutes. Okay, so the timer beeped, and now I'm going to take my trusty fork and flip them over. And you just press down onto the pan, and that's a trick to flip it, to get them unstuck, because they will stick a little, but the seeds and the oil keep them from sticking too much. Of course, if they're baking in an oven, you don't need to flip them over. Okay, so for 3 minutes, they'll bake more. Okay, I'd say they're done. The timer beeped. Okay, very good. And there we have it. So with this bread, you can add you could, some variations are to add, like for a breakfast spread, you can make a breakfast spread and just add uh, uh, so I'm going to toast it. So you can see here, it baked up very well, but it's a little moist, making me think that it needs to toast a little. So I'm going to toast it, cut open, and bake the other one just a little longer. It could also be because the top was wet. So I'm going to put 2 more minutes on the timer. But yeah, to make a breakfast bread, instead of water, you could add milk and then it's more like a biscuit. And you can add raisins and mashed banana or coconut and a dried fruit, dried cranberries or something. And it encourages one to be creative, this type of baking. So it's so easy that you might as well just be creative. So we'll let that bake. The timer. Okay, the additional timer has beeped, and so you can hear that sizzle. And they've got to be done. So this top half, it's better. Very good. And I'm going to make a sandwich. Salami and cheese. Hi. I'm waiting for my refrigerator, also on the brink, to be fixed on Monday. So I have, well, to be replaced. And so I have no lettuce or spinach. Usually I would put fresh spinach. And so with the salami, I take off the edges because I do not like those casements on my polkas. So I take that off. And then it's just without it. It's quick. I just do 3 slices. And throw this away. Okay. And we're going to use Monterey Jack cheese, pepper jack, organic mayonnaise. Everything's organic. Wash my hands after taking it. Capricorns. And because I don't have greens, lettuce or spinach to put on here, I shall have grapes, which I would have anyway. Just rinse those off real quick. As you can see, I like to leave them on the stems. Usually I'll put a fork on the plate for anything, if it's a tuna sandwich or something, anything that falls off. But that's not necessary this time. Voila! Sandwich is ready. The chips would go well with this, but I'm losing belly fat. I'm going to skip the potato chips. And the grapes are a perfect balance. Very good. So it's a small portion of bread when you look at it. But to eat it, it's quite significant and dense. It's not heavy, just dense. And so it's nice and soft, and it's like a good bread should be. But it is not exactly fluffy. And so it fills you up. And I think that for a woman, you only need one, and for a male, two. So enjoy and vision basic so creatively.